Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever and wherever you are listening or viewing, welcome to episode 179 of the Dadbods Golf Pod, being released on the eve of the second major championship of the year. The Dadbods Golf Pod is proudly sponsored by Believe Podcast Network. Joining me this evening, experts in a lot of fields, but golf not one of them, Benjamin Taylor, Kyle Rush. Lock and load, boys. The PGA Championship starts tomorrow.
Yes, let's go. And you know what you need to do, because you're listening to this on Wednesday. It's your last day. You can pick your winners. You got to go to Bet Online. It's the number one sports betting website in the whole world. Like, go on there, get in right now. Let's make some money. Go pick you 3 or 4 winners. Your odds are still could possibly pay. If you pick one out of the 3, you could probably still make a pile of money, because all the odds are really good. You like Scotty Scheffler? You like John Rahm? You want to throw a little piece on Tiger? He's looking good, by the way. Go to Bet Online, check it out. Use coupon code BLEAV, BLEAV. Get a 50% bonus. Give them $100. They're going to give you 50 back. Divide that by 3. That gives you $50 to go bet on golfers.
Oh,
let's go. Put $50 out there and hit one. You'll thank me later. Send me 10%. Check them out. Bet Online, where the game starts. Nathaniel, we have we've gone a little bit further into this signing card versus non-signing card thing, and
oh boy,
I really starting to think it's affecting our relationship. It's starting to become personal. There's been some personal insults. There's been a lot of name calling.
Kyle sent me a video of
wait a
office today with his middle finger up, and you know what Ben usually does? He stops in and talks. But your cowardly, bitch-ass, non-scorecard signing, running away to get interviewed because you played a damn good round and won the golf tournament, ass didn't pull in, and that was personal.
I'm just saying, I listened to a professional golfer. I listened to a professional golfer today say that it's the most antiquated thing that the golf tour has.
Cool. And professional golfers don't ever say anything dumb. What's up, Phil Mickelson? Have fun in prison.
You keep comparing apples and oranges instead of apples and apples. Like, that's
Ben. That is the pot calling the kettle black.
I mean, we bring up an argument, and you're like, you know what?
This is what I want you to say.
You agreed with Kyle all night, and that threw me off, and maybe that's why all of a sudden believe in scorecards. I don't know. You're like, you know what? You're right. I apologize.
If you missed,
just bend over so you can beat me too.
If you missed it, we were arguing over. I feel like we're getting off of the actual argument. Is the problem?
We are.
The argument is not. The argument is not. Should you enforce a rule? Yes. If it's a rule, you should enforce the rule. Is the rule dumb? That's the argument. Is this the stupidest rule that's in golf? Is this not dumber than hitting out of a divot? Is this not dumber than?
This is dumber than hitting out of a divot.
Is this not dumber than if the ball rolls off of your ball mark and you replace it, it's in play, but if it rolls off your tee, it's not in play? I mean, it's one of those things. Is it a dumb rule? That's initially where we're at.
Nate keeps arguing with us, telling us it's a rule. Yeah, we got that part. We know that it's a rule.
I think there's bigger hills to die on than being so upset about a rule that has no effect on your play. Just do it.
We're not saying it doesn't affect our play. We're saying it's stupid that a pro can be disqualified for that.
Just do it. No,
just millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars. Dadgummit, I would sign the damn scorecard every single time. You're never going to catch me not signing a scorecard.
You're right.
If it's that big of a deal and it's that easy, sign your Emmy effing name.
You're right. Everything about what you just said is right. You're going to do it. But if there is a chance you could screw up, and if you sign the wrong card, if you sign something where a 1 looks like a 7 looks like a 1 or whatever. I mean, you could sign something incorrectly and it cost you millions of dollars. That is a rule. Like nothing that there's no rule where it's not where you have advanced yourself in the, like throughout the round. Like you did something to improve your score. You did something to take away a shot. You did something to improve a lie. Like you literally clerically at the end botched something, and now you're disqualified from your career could be on the line.
Nate, if it were that important, then they wouldn't keep scoreboards throughout the course. They would wait till they turned their card in at the end and signed it before it became official, like race officials do in horse racing.
I just want you to tell me this.
Scoreboards are for the fans.
Why is it a necessity? Why is it a necessity? Like it has to be done. Why is it a necessity? Why do we still have that rule when we have all the technology that we have today to verify? We have people that can call in. We had people that could call in from watching TV and penalize you.
We don't have it anymore. You can't use
it. But that's the thing. They made that adjustment. Why can't they make this adjustment? This was put in before they had TV coverage. They needed somebody to attest it. This is a rule from because we all can attest it now. All officials can attest it. The TV coverage can attest it. Now, I mean, back then they didn't have anybody attest except the group that they were playing with. They all needed to sign it.
You have people that walk with you and keep your score hole by hole. Like you shouldn't even have to. I'll be honest. I don't even think you should have to keep your own scorecard. Nope.
It should be the PGA Tour official that's having to keep it. That's walking.
I don't
with
even think you should have your own scorecard. I think you should just go out there. You play golf, and then you know what you shot. Everybody on TV knows what you shot. The PGA Tour knows what you shot. Everybody knows what you shot.
You think we should just start letting like computers be umpires and referees too?
No, not for judgment.
We're just going to use TV for everything.
If it's literally just moving a peg across 1, 2, 3, penalty. Let's move 2. If it's literally just that, then yes, let's let it. I could have a robot. You could have a AI robot that sits there and analyzes shot by shot and inputs it, and nobody has to worry about it anymore. And we know it's right. I would be okay with that totally.
Like it's very rare.
Palmer roll over in his grave.
It's very rare that they are putting the wrong score and cheating in. The thing is people are getting DQ'd for just not signing the card.
There's something cool.
It's not because they said
golf that's different than all the other sports is that everybody keeps each other's score.
It's amazing that this hill is the one you're dying on. That this is the cool thing about golf. That's no other. That
I'm saying don't die on it. Like what are you like? It affects nobody. You can't take advantage of the rule.
It affects the guy that may have possibly won that didn't sign it correctly.
Or Benjamin, if you come off the green,
or people that are trying to make it in Q school. There's people that in Q school that have been disqualified. There's people. I mean, there's college tournaments where you've lost college matches because you signed scorecards. I mean, there's stories out there all over the place, all over clerical BS. It's clerical. You didn't get beat. You did not get beat. I'm sorry. You didn't lose.
What happens when we start using TV and there's some guy who doesn't have TV coverage and he's in the woods and he hits it twice and the camera doesn't catch it? And, come on, just sign your scorecard.
Okay, you answered your own argument. You argued your own argument in a text then right there with that question.
Please tell me how before I come to your house.
You said it's the only sport that you call a penalty on yourself. So that means that bastard's not doing that.
The point I'm trying to make is that you're trying to use a TV camera, which is imperfect. A TV camera cannot catch every shot. It's not a football field. It's not a baseball field. Go out and watch those shots from every single person. When you can just go find a random PGA Tour pro and hit shot 1, shot 2, shot 3, shot 4. There's going to be some places on the golf course where you not get a TV camera there.
Oh, you mean like the shot link people that are there for every shot and this walking scores that score every shot for every individual player?
Yeah, because they never make mistakes. They never make mistakes. Never, ever has there been a mistake.
No, and I'm fine with comparing
the PGA Tour app sucks. Yeah, bad, and we talked about it. But let's just trust the shot link people.
No, that's different.
We do that now, though. Like we don't sign each other's card and be like, "Hey, man, I got you down for a 80," or "No, I had an 82."
Ben, you cannot compare Thursday 2-2 to winning a $1.7 million
No, but I'm
purse.
saying you're trying to act like just because there's not a robot in the woods that hole, they're going to miss the shot. Whereas they could literally get in the scorer's tent and they could be like, I got you at 300 today. Yeah, I got 300 today. Okay, cool. And then that's it. There doesn't have to be a signing. They turn it in. They're like, here's my scorecard.
I'm going to disagree a little bit there. I'm going to, if you're there, but the thing is, my suggestion is not adding something new. We already have walking officials, scoring officials in every group. They score the group. Like they score you.
So why is it such a bad thing for you to sign off on everything? Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is that let's focus on a rule that affects play, not whether or not you sign your name. Just sign your name.
I think this is more important. I think this is more important because accidental clerical stuff that's not done on the course can cost you millions of dollars. Versus I grounded my club in a bunker when I know I'm not supposed to, or I broke other rules, drop rules, this, that, and the other that I should know. This is literally nothing that has to do with anything on the golf course. I guarantee you right now, if we asked 100 tour pros, is this rule dumb? They would say, I guarantee you 90 of them would say it's dumb.
Okay, do it.
You would be.
There'd be 10 Nate passes out there that said no.
And then ask them, say, which is more dumb? Signing your scorecard or pick a random controversial rule such as 15th club in your bag, or accidentally altering your club, or hitting out of a divot, or something on the course, and ask them, would you rather fix rule A that has to do with clerical errors, or would you rather fix
the original argument though?
I'm just saying, I'm just responding to your 100-person
I'll ask.
survey.
I would love to ask that question.
Yeah, ask them and say, hey,
we don't know if we're going to get that amount of time.
You can stop signing your scorecard, or B, you can pick a rule that affects you in the field of play that you think is really dumb, and you can change that.
Okay,
and ask
so now we're changing. Now we're changing the question.
Shit about that. Then
I got you.
No, I'm just saying. If
that is moving the goalpost.
I get to respond.
That is moving the goalpost just a tad, but I still think if
that's what I'm trying to tell you is that if they say it's dumb, how dumb do they think it is? How dumb? I'm trying to quantify how dumb. I don't
think that tour players are going to like give me an example of a rule that's a dumb rule. 15 clubs. That's not a dumb rule. That's golf. Like that's been the rule since the beginning of golf.
Okay. What if you have it? What if you accidentally do it? You tee off and you have 15 clubs on accident. Your caddy puts one in. You've only hit one club and boom, disqualified. Is that dumb?
You're not disqualified. It's a 2-stroke penalty.
Yeah, it's a 2-stroke penalty.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. What about a ball on a divot in the middle of the fairway?
If you move it, it's a 2-stroke penalty. You're not disqualified.
I'm saying, do you want to change the rule?
We're talking about something that's DQing.
You me tell you, be honest. I think golf people, more for whatever reason, golf people that doesn't bother them as much as it bothers us. A ball in a divot. Like I've seen people just like rip, like people talk about it. And
I bet you guys signing their scorecards doesn't bother as much as it bothers you guys.
I don't. Again, the act of signing a scorecard is not tough. The fact that if you somehow, some way have won a golf tournament and everybody knows it, the scoring officials know it, the TV knows it, everybody knows it. If somehow you screw up the signing process, you can lose the golf tournament that you won, not by your play, but by a clerical error. That is
it's not just winning it. It's not just if it's the guy that makes it the top 25 that's going to be able to qualify him for the next.
If you've got 27 people following you on the course, they're all keeping score.
It happens. I don't know.
What we're saying.
Happens.
That's what
happens at every level. It happens. I don't know how it happens, but it happens. So look, bottom line is it a dumb rule or not? That's the argument. Is it dumb?
And it is.
Yes or no? Is it dumb that you can be disqualified from a tournament for not signing your scorecard?
DQ'd, yes. You know what, Nate? I'll even give you the fact that if they want to give them a 2-stroke penalty for not signing or signing it wrong, fine. I'll do that.
That's all I want to ask.
Because you are penalized. Like you can be penalized, but DQing somebody, that's too much, man. That's too much that they've gone through 4 rounds of a golf tournament on Sunday. They get DQ'd.
If you sign your scorecard incorrectly, you're not disqualified. You just if you shot 65 and you signed for a 66, you just get a 66. That's happened. That's somebody lost a major doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we were talking about
even dumber. That is even dumber.
No, it's not.
That is so stupid.
Oh my gosh,
it's
no,
dumb.
it's not.
It's clerical. Yeah. It is it is something that we should have somebody hired to do this for everybody. Like, it's so, like, stuff happens, especially in the heat of the moment. Like, that's the craziest thing that
stuff happens.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And it's happened thousands of times, hundreds of times.
It's happened to guys we know.
Yes.
Like, that's the thing.
I would love to ask in the comments, in our DMs, whatever. It's as simple. This is what's crazy, like, that it goes this far in the conversation. Is this a dumb rule? Is it dumb that you can be DQ'd for a clerical error when it comes to the scorecard, either signing the wrong card?
It's not a clerical error. It's a failure to do something.
Okay, a failure to complete clerical work. Failure to complete clerical work costs you a tournament that you won. Is that dumb? That's all we want to know. That's and you know, we may do a poll. We'll throw it out there.
Do one. And find me somebody who has won a golf tournament and is like, I'm not signing it.
Nope.
That's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying.
You're not saying that they don't
because here's what we're talking about. The origin of this conversation was a guy who got pissed and just left.
You know what? Screw him.
What do you do with him?
And we said,
this is what you guys do, is you like to start making the rules subjective, and you will go down a slippery slope.
I don't understand,
man.
No, because we were talking about it being dumb if they forget or don't happen to sign a scorecard. He purposely stormed off.
What if Daly comes back and says, "Hey, I forgot"?
See,
what do you
that?
Do
That is one thing. Like Grayson told us, like,
what if he can't? When you leave because
he can't come back.
He can't because
once
there's
you
a
leave
scoring
the scoring area, you're done. Like, it is official once you walked out. Like,
right.
Grayson put on the DMs whenever he said, look, that happened to him, and he was able to. It was a different format of a tournament, so he was able to actually escape from being penalized heavily. However, he said as soon as he left the score, he could not go back in and sign it. Like, that was it. And he had to get the tournament officials involved after that.
Here's two stories. I'm gonna read two stories really quick. Okay. This is a tournament leader in Australia, a pro tour in Australia, Nick Gillespie. He was 24 years old. He fired a bogey-free 7 under on the first round. He's leading the tournament. 24 years old, probably his first pro tour. Pumped, first pro event. Pumped. Gets excited. Goes to the bar. Forgets to sign a scorecard. DQ. Okay. Second story. This is at the Genesis this year. Wyndham Clark did not sign his, he did shoot 77, but he was disqualified after his scorecard had not been filled out correctly. So he went from,
what does that even mean?
I'm trying to read and get some. Wyndham Clark is DQ'd following round 1. He probably would have not made the cut anyway. I need to find a better example. That was a bad example.
I'll say.
But it's just, I mean, it's just.
So do you think?
Still no, because Kyle, it cost them, like, there's incentives for them playing a certain amount of rounds whenever they've got some sort of sponsor on the bag or something. So you're still costing them money.
Any scenario storming off, pissed off, leave the scoring area, DQ'd?
Okay, again, not the question. The question is the rule stupid?
But hang on.
But we've already told you, like, the John Daly instance, we're fine with it because he left. He left on purpose.
Where do you draw the line? How do you start? How do you start giving their intent?
You draw the line when you don't have to go sign your damn scorecard. It's stupid. They know, everybody knows what you shot. You don't have to go sign it. You don't have to go to the scorer's tent and sign a scorecard. Everybody knows you sign. That is not the argument. That is not the argument.
We know that. We understand that. It's just a dumb rule.
If it's dumb, what we're saying is throw it out completely. Throw it out completely. Everybody have scores in the thing, and then you just go after you're done. You just leave. You come back the next day.
No, but what you're saying is that screw Daly, DQ him because of the way he didn't sign a scorecard. But if someone else doesn't sign a scorecard
under the current rules,
under
the current rules, if you get rid of the rule, then he gets stuck with whatever they had him down for when he left.
Under the current rules, if you're being a jerk, then you just screwed yourself. If you made a mistake, if you just somehow, like, if for whatever reason I think there should be a gray area to enforcing the rule is what I'm trying to say. I don't think there should be a rule, period. I don't think you should have to go sign your scorecard because I think that's archaic and it's dumb. It's completely dumb. But that's just we're
zero tolerance equals lazy leadership.
100%.
Kyle Rush.
Put it on a fortune cookie.
It's going to be on my next set of balls I have printed. That's what it's going to say. Zero tolerance equals lazy leadership.
I don't want to make a tough
Kyle
call.
Rush.
I don't want to make a tough call. So I'm just going to say I'm going to make a rule that a monkey could enforce. A monkey can enforce zero tolerance.
Agree to disagree on this one, boys.
Okay. Is the rule dumb?
No. I've decided it's not dumb.
Okay.
I don't think that
you and Patrick Reed, or you and like every golfer that you hate probably think it's not dumb.
I've quite frankly decided that a rule that you can't use to your advantage, that you can't do any better than anybody else, and it just requires a simple action. And I think I don't think it's a dumb rule. I think there is just so many other rules that you could hone in on that
it adds
have
absolutely
a negative
nothing.
effect on the game than this one.
I mean, I could not disagree more. But anyway, we'll move on. We got some fun scenarios now. We had to get the banter out of the way. I was so heated. I drove by Nate's place of business today and shot him a bird and video.
And honestly, it was way more heated tonight than it was last night. It burned me up inside today.
It was.
I ran out the front door when I saw that video. Unfortunately, he'd already driven off, but I was going to flash his tires.
I ran out the front door.
I'm going to be even madder tonight.
He had a customer in the office. He's like, that son of a...
They're like, well, we're trying to decide. I'm like, hang on a second.
Let me tell you how mad Nate was. Nate was so mad that he made me ask him to come move furniture. That's how mad Nate was at me.
And Kyle was so mad that he put holes in my wall.
Wow.
It was on your end, not my end. So I'm not taking that blame. I did feel bad about that.
I'm sure the wife feels great about that.
I called Kyle and said, at what point, how many pieces of furniture can we move and it's still within the bounds of friendship? He said, well, as soon as you picked up the phone, buddy, that you crossed our line.
You broke the bounds. He is correct. You crossed the line.
If you ask me to move a folding chair at your house, buddy, it is over.
Yeah.
As soon as I picked up the phone and said hello, and you said, hey, I got a question for you about the boundaries. Yep, yeah. You just broke them right there. Right? You just broke the boundary.
Ben, you don't know this. A funny story. A buddy of ours that listens, Grayson Gunn, I was playing golf with another one of our friends, and he calls the other friend right in the cart with me, and he goes, hey, after you get done, can you come help me move something at my house? I don't want to ask Kyle because it'll piss him off. Because he listens to the show. So shout out Grayson. That's a true friend. What a true friend.
Oh man.
Okay. Speaking
what I thought about earlier is that you used to like Bryson, and then that kind of takes away any credibility that you have about him.
I know. I will say that is a big knock against my character. Big knock against my character. I tried to make something a thing and it could not be made a thing.
And now by the way, the guy who wants scorecard son.
By the way, he is getting absolutely not a lot of. I've just been hearing him getting shredded a lot lately, especially sports media. A lot of them are saying some of the things we said. Is this it? Are we finally going to start playing golf? Instead of, I think it was either Brandel Chambly or somebody on the Golf Channel was like, at what point do we figure out how we got to get the ball in the hole faster, not hit it further? And I was like, dang. That was his exact words. I can't. I feel bad.
That's got to be a Chamblyism. There's no doubt.
He says, at what point do we figure out how to get the ball in the hole quicker versus how far do we want to hit it? It was hitting the ball 500 yards. That's what he said. Hitting the ball 500 yards. But it was good. All right. So
hey, listen, this isn't on the docket, but you're talking about Brandel Chambly ripping Bryson. And I texted you guys last night. I was watching the live from coverage because I got nothing else to do.
It's major week, dude.
It's major week. I do the live from coverage. They are absolutely ripping, not just Fowler. I said Fowler, but they're ripping all these they're setting these pros up when they ask them about the Saudi tour. How the hell are they supposed to answer? They can't side with Phil.
No, they got to basically poo-poo on. I mean, he puts them on the spot.
And then the headlines come out this morning. It's like, so-and-so hates Phil. So-and-so's not side. And I was like, well, what the hell do you expect him to do? The guy's being kicked out of tournaments unofficially, but they're not going to side with him because they got money they got to make on their own.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's gonna be one of the things when that first live tournament happens, live tournament, whatever the hell they're calling it over there. I don't know, live without an E. When that first tournament happens, like, I guess we'll just find out that Friday before that, hey, all these guys are playing this tournament next week. Because
I think that's what's going to happen.
They're keeping their mouth shut now when they've seen what happened to Phil. And then all the analysts that are on there, Brad Faxon was ripping everybody. And I'm like, man, you had made $30 million in your career, and you can do it in one
unfortunate
tournament.
looking.
Really
funny teeth. Hey, but I will say, quick note, Ricky Fowler is the perfect candidate for the LIV Tour because he'll bring the crowds. He's got all of the star power, and he's got no future on the PGA.
He's 147 on, and they're like, why would he go over there? Because he's 147. And he can go make more money in one weekend than he's going to be able to make an entire year on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, but say something. If Ricky Fowler and Anthony Kim don't go to the LIV Tour, they're just dumb humans. Yeah.
There's a great article, and I'll send it to you guys. I get the Golf Digest hard copy, and there's a great article talking about, and maybe this was what inspired me to believe in scorecards and signatures. Is that he said that something about golf will be taken away when we start guaranteeing paychecks. Something about golf. It's the only sport where the way you play at that particular time directly impacts the money that you make. You know, the best player in the world can play bad and miss the cut and not make any money that week. But like on the NBA, you can have a streak of 20 bad games. You're going to get paid the exact same. So, hey, listen.
Well, there's been,
maybe I'm a golf purist. Maybe you guys aren't.
We're going kind of down a rabbit hole here, but I've heard some other guys say that it would be nice if the PGA Tour would treat the players better. And when somebody said, Brad Faxon was one, he said, people need to give examples. I'm like, they have given examples. They've talked about how guys, when they miss a cut, they can completely go broke and they can fall off the tour because they have no money left because they don't have sponsors. With the money that the tour has set aside, apparently with their foundation and stuff, they could afford to pay every guy like anywhere to like $10,000 to $20,000 per tournament just to be in the tournament. So it covers all their travel expenses, covers their caddy travel expenses, and it's enough to put back in their pension plan so they can retire when they spent so many years on the tour. And they just refuse to do it because they don't want to touch that money. So the PGA
I did
Tour
see something
where
you get a $50,000 check if you play and if you have a certain amount of starts, not cuts, but starts. That might be a new thing. Not that much though. I mean, it's 16 weeks of expensive travel and 50 grand still.
So,
but I like that idea, Ben.
It's just the PGA Tour acts like they're doing nothing wrong, and then when these guys go and they throw a bunch of money at them, I mean, the guys that are those fringe guys, the Ricky Fowlers of the world, the 147s and the 120s of the world, they're gonna go play. And you can't be mad at them for doing it because they can go and they can make a shit ton of money doing so.
I want them to. I want it to be I want the XFL to be good. I want the USFL to be good. I want it to be entertaining, and it's tough when there's not any good players over there. You know what I mean? So however they want to do it, however they get them, like, let's do it. But they're going to fight. They're going to fight it. They're going to fight it, and it kind of makes sense because they got it all right now.
Well, I told you, and we use Ricky Fowler as an example, and that's what I put in the text to you guys. There are a ton of kids in those orange hats and orange pants walking around the tournament grounds this weekend looking to see where Ricky is. That goes away. Those ticket sales go away. Their dad's $18 beers that the PGA Championship is charging goes away.
Let's talk about that in a second. Good gracious.
Like, all of that goes away when your Rickies of the world leave because he's such an iconic figure with the way he dresses and the hair that he used to have and, his Puma sponsorship. That goes if he leaves, those tournament participants that walk through the gates go away.
Sure.
So that's why the PGA is upset because they see the potential of crap. Now we got to worry about a guy that's 147 leaving because we got fans that'll leave and go watch him on another network instead of watching it where we are paying to have rights. So,
big deal. Go ahead.
Quick note: $18 beers. The cocktails are $15, I think. So if I get a ticket, you will not catch me drinking a drop of beer, but I will be ripping the cocktails.
Hey, how about that $6 Dasani water too?
Maybe at the end of the day, after I've had 12 vodka lemonades.
You get $500 to get you like 22 beers or something like that. something crazy like that. It's not even a full case.
$18.
Yeah, I knew that I don't know. You guys may know more about. I mean, I know the PGA is not setting those prices. That's the tournament setting those prices. Like, why are they doing that? Is that
captive audience?
Is that the golf? Is that the golf course itself? Also, since they're only serving Michelob, does Michelob have to approve that? Can Michelob look at them and go, "Hey, this is giving our product a bad name because you're charging $18 a beer"?
They are 24 ounces though.
It's almost $18, Kyle.
It's not a complete dollar.
Actually, if you did a 12 ounce for $9, that does sound more reasonable.
Yeah.
But it's the same. Hey, look, if you go to any sporting event where
minus the Masters,
the Masters, you've got complete control. People have to get the alcohol from you. They have to get.
You go to a concert,
you pay $12 for a hot dog.
Concerts are bad. I mean, it's pretty much a standard, but that is absorbent. $18 for a beer is just absurd. Even though
gouging them, it's one thing to do that, Nate, like you're talking about. It's another thing to gouge them and just be almost unethical to do that. I mean, I'll give Arthur Blank one thing with the Falcons, even though they're not winning, he lowered concession prices and they actually made more money because people started saving their money and spending on the merch, which they did jack up. So they made more money. The Falcons made more money doing that just by lowering them. And I'm not saying, like you said, I'm not saying offer $3 beers like at the Masters, but man, $18 when you're going to give them a 20 and just have them keep the 2.
Is there any thought behind this where let's make the beer so expensive that we will try and combat a waste
drunkenness?
Yes, I actually thought about that. I kind of wonder if that's what they were doing that. Yeah, I thought about that earlier.
The poor college kids can't get hammered. The poor college kids from Norman or wherever.
They're Tulsa.
Lincoln, Tulsa, all the different college
Oklahoma.
Towns. Yeah.
But I tell you what, hey, you go to Nate, Ben, and Kyle go to the PGA Championship, and Ben's like, "Hey boys, I'll get round 1 of Michelob's." Boom, $54.
That's when Ben goes, "Hey boys, y'all got the rest of the round of Michelob's."
We could get 3 ribeyes.
3.
Unbelievable, man.
We got to cook them, but we can get them.
Yeah, but we can get them.
All right, let's have some fun. Let's go to our first scenario. Nate, you want to hit the first scenario? We may only have time for one, but
I do have a good one. I think this is a fun one. And the boys don't know about this one. So, okay. And you did mention the teeing area earlier about Southern Hills. All right. So here's the two options that you've got. Tournament conditions. So you're teeing it up tomorrow on Thursday. Tournament pins, tournament conditions. You can take 20 shots from the tournament tees, from where those guys tee it up from. So you get a shot on every hole, and on the hardest hole on the front and a hardest hole in the back, you get 2 shots. So you get 20 shots. Or you can play straight up from roughly the equivalent of, let's say, 4,800 to 5,000 yards, where the ladies' tees would be.
Okay.
Do you take the forward tees straight up, or do you take it all the way back with the strokes?
Are you saying which one you'll have a lower score? Or
your best opportunity to score the lowest.
Okay, let me do.
See, that's kind of with me. That's kind of. I mean, I don't. How far back at 7,800 or 7,800 yards? Is
it's not that far. I think it's 74, 75. Is
7,400, and
it's called a 2,500 yard spread, basically.
If my driver's on that day, then basically I'm starting every drive from 250 from the back tees. So
yeah. I'll go first. So I played Keel Island. I will say it was not tournament conditions, but it had to be close. And for somehow we convinced this caddy to let us play from the PGA Championship tees, which ended up being somewhere around 75 to 7,600 yards. I legitimately, and I did it so I could keep the scorecard, say I did it. I legitimately shot 97. So if I took 20 shots off that would be 77. So could I tee it up from the forward tees and shoot better than 77? That's what I'm looking at.
I see your analogy there, Kyle, but I want you to look at it from the analogy that I just used. You're hitting the ball 280, 290.
It's probably different from us.
If you're on that day and hitting it straight, then you're literally teeing off from way up in front of the ladies' tees.
Yeah.
Like that's where you're hitting your first shot from on every hole.
Second
and
shot.
But a lot of courses, when you get the farther you go, the more defensible it is, the farther you go down the fairway. So sometimes they will negate your advantage of hitting too. So I still think though, if we would have said like 6,000 yards, like playing it from I don't know, 6,000 yards, if that's the standard, then I would probably take the strokes, because sometimes I'll shoot over 77 from RTs from 6,000 yards. So I think I would rather take, because if I somehow could just get it in my mind to make a 5 on everything, that could give me a 7. Yeah, I would take the 20 shots. I would take the 20 shots.
Wow.
Yeah. I goaded him into that. I'm taking the forward tees, Nate. I'm going to see if I can go up there.
You and me both, brother.
Yeah.
So here's
I was literally trying to goat him into doing that and trying to give him the example. So I'm taking the forward tees all day long.
Here's the two. I think par 3s and par 5s are where you get the most bang for your buck, because there's going to be some 200+ yard par 3s that can get in the hand quickly. Like a bogey is a good score from the tips, which I know it'll be a net par, but you give yourself some birdie. Par 5s really though, because on long par 5s, there's so much more that can go wrong. That's why par 5s are typically, even though to us it's like, man, why is this such a low handicap hole? Everybody's getting strokes on. It's par 5. We should make birdie. But just the more hole you've got, the more room for mistakes that you've got. Yeah.
More shots. Yeah.
I've doubled number 4 the past 2 times from the blue tees, just because I hit a pretty poor drive, and then there's just so much ground you have to
make up
after that.
Yeah.
I would say par 5s especially. You're going to make plenty of bogeys on par 5s from the tips, and you're going to net par. Whereas I think
with my lack of
birdie opportunities.
I think that you're right. You're totally on base with the par 3s with somebody like me, because I'm just not a long hitter. So if you got a par 3 playing, I don't know, I haven't looked at the Southern Hills card, but you've seen some of these majors where they'll put in a 245, 250 yard par 3. I got to hit a friggin' driver there, and I don't know. Still, if the wind kicks up, I can't get it there on the fly. Like I can't.
Yeah. So you could easily make a double on a 250 yard hole.
And if it's nothing but water in front, Nate, I can't lay up.
Yeah.
But some of these holes, here's another thing though, especially Southern Hills, because like everything's shaved, everything rolls away from you. Your shots have to be perfect. Like sometimes, especially for amateurs, if it's 180 yard par 3 or a 220 yard par 3, I almost feel like we have the same, like it's almost the same result. Like you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
we don't hit a 180 yard shot very well, but I mean, again, if you're going way, way up, you could have a 130 yard shot. And maybe that's different, but I guess it's going to be either really good or really bad either way. You see what I'm saying? If you miss, you're screwed no matter what. If you missed it from 180 yards, you missed it from 220. I'm trying to look at some.
That's just a big difference though. Like if you talk like that, the yardages, Nate, that you give were 4,400 and like 7,400, and we're talking about 3,000 yards difference, man.
I was thinking like a 2,500 yard spread, and I did the math. That equals roughly 138 yards per hole. I know it won't be exact like that, but
yeah,
like But
so
yeah, count it 120 to 150 yard difference every single hole.
The par 3s at Southern Hills are 226, 220, 173, 230. That's tough.
So one of those you're going to have a pitch and putt. One of those you're going to have a 98.
Yeah.
And the other ones are all should be all gettable. Whereas a par from a 200+ yard par 3 in a major championship setup would be. It'd be a net birdie.
One of those to me, I'm hitting driver, and the other two I'm hitting 3-wood if I'm playing from the tips back there with you, Kyle.
Like, it's probably going to roll off into a bunker or something like that.
Now, Kyle, there's a hole on either side where you're getting 2, and you make a par, and that's a net eagle, bud.
Yeah, you jump on up there.
Yeah, you slide up the leaderboard awful quick.
I still think I take 20 shots because you still got to get it up. You still got to get it in. And if somehow I could shoot 95.
Ew.
If I can shoot 95, I mean that's net 75. I mean, anything could go wrong on a major championship. It's just not easy to just.
Well, and the mindset's different too. Like I know you keep using Kiowa, but I mean, you said you shot 97. Well, you didn't get any extra strokes there. Like now you would play it different. You know that on a par 4, if there's a ton of trouble up there, I'm not taking the driver. I'm gonna take 3-wood and poke it down there because I get a stroke. So I'm basically gonna start from the fairway with stroke number 1 and just not even count the drive. Like you would be
play
able
to play every hole as a par 5.
Yeah, you could totally do that. Especially like Nate said, well, you getting 2 strokes on one side and 2 strokes on the other side on one of the holes.
Now this will be fun for us. It'll be fun for the listeners at home. When you're watching, just think about it. You look at this hole and you see him looking down there and be like, would I rather be teeing off from where those guys are laying -1, or would I rather be 140 yards ahead of where they are? It'll be a great way to watch the golf tournament.
Oh yeah.
Especially if Tiger's not in contention and nobody will care.
The par 3s would be ridiculous.
Brutal. Those would be brutal.
And then on the flip side, the par 5s, I would love to see the ladies' tees distances for the par 5s.
I can tell you right now.
It's going to be a par 4. It's going to be a longish par 4 for you.
So there's only 3 par 5s in general. So it's number 5, 13, and 16, and you got 656. Holy shit!
From the women's?
No, this is the championship days. 656.
Damn.
632, 567, and then if you go from the forward tees, which would be, I assume this gold this white tees. These white tees are as far as up, so it goes from 636 to 435. And then 413 and 424. Wow. And it's 5,100 yards.
Because the last one is longer than the second one, but then from the tip, But yeah, all sub 450 yards.
Yeah.
So a good drive leaves you with an iron approach into all these par 5s.
It's true. Could possibly make birdie. You're right.
But Kyle gets a stroke.
You're getting no strokes. Now, but Kyle's playing from 630. That means that if
almost
he smokes
200
one
yards.
290, his tee shot
is 100 yards in front of you.
Yeah, 90 yards in front of where we're at. Now, granted, he's laying 0 right there, but he's got to smoke one down the middle.
Yeah, that's true. And
we
I got to get it past.
And that's all.
Bob, we can just pop some hybrids out there and pop another hybrid and two putt for birdie.
Exactly. That's a good one. You got any more, or you want to call it a night?
The scorecard's a dumb rule.
Let's call it an evening. This was, you know what? I love how we started off like at each other's throats, and then by the time we got back to scenarios, we're semi friends again. So,
yep.
No, Nate's still pissed at us for not agreeing with him.
He's
signing
secretly
your scorecard is a dumb rule. You shouldn't be able to get disqualified for that.
There you go. There we go. I knew it was coming. I knew it would come eventually.
Don't worry. And then the text message after this, that was just for feel good on the show. I'm about to mother F you guys in the text after this.
Guys, we appreciate it. Check us back on Friday. We may do a little US, since we're all fired up on rules, we may have a rules round robin tournament on Friday. So hang out, check it out. We've been talking about, I've been looking at some of the online quizzes we can do. Test our rule knowledge.
Are you cheating? Are you looking at the answers to said ones too?
They're all. I tried to do that already. I tried to remember the answers, but it's endless. It's endless possibilities. You know how big the rule book is?
Not very big.
It's actually huge.
You should get one and keep it on the back of your
This
toilet.
now goes where I went from siding with Kyle to now I side with Nate. Nate, I got a sneaky suspicion on this whole rules thing. It's going to be like opening the Swannies bag. He's going to go ahead and get all of it done.
Let's just say this. If you get more than 2 in a row right, lock your door, buddy.
Then you know what? Then you better damn sure sign your card, bub.
Close your garage door. And
I promise this. This is on our friendship. I've only done one quiz, and the 10 answer quiz.
You on our friendship said you weren't going to open packages.
He didn't do on friendship.
On friendship.
That was just like a normal lie. This would be like a lie.
This is personal. This is a personal life right here.
You're going to real prison if you lie.
I promise you, I've only done the quiz. One quiz out of 10, and I got 5 out of 5. I mean, 5 out of 10. Sorry, I made 50 on the test, so they're pretty tough. So just remember that. Okay. Appreciate it, guys. Get ready for maybe a little rules round robin tournament on Friday. Should be a lot of fun. PGA Championship. Let's make a pick. You want to do a pick really quick?
Yep. Can't go against Scheffler.
Okay. Then Cam Smith. I'm going John Rahm. How about that? John Rahm,
3
Scotty Scheffler.
No surprise picks.
Kyle and I really stepped out right there. The number 1 and number 1.5 overall picks right there.
Why do you have to pick like a step out though? Like, what is a step out?
You don't have to. It's just every time I take a favorite, y'all just give me shit over it. So that's why I had to give it right back to you.
I hear you. Okay. Good deal. All right, guys.
And then you pick Scotty Scheffler.
Subscribe to us on the YouTube. You can catch some of the post-show hobnob. I'm sure it should be kind of fun. So have fun. We'll see you on Friday. Enjoy the PGA Championship. Dadbod Golf Pod.
Dragon.
Go ahead.
You act like y'all's aren't big step outs, but the guy that I picked who was second at the Masters and won the Players is like, oh, dark horse.
Whatever, what is his
John Rahm's playing?
We didn't say that. I just said that Scheffler and Rahm were like right there at the top.
I kind of did
to win it.
Cam Smith is too.
Yeah, I think
he's up there.
Included.
He's up there.
He's included. I've been the odd man out for a while now. And Ben, I understand how you feel. I know why you don't sleep that good.
Full 48 hours.
Cam Smith's only four spots back from John Rahm and Scotty Scheffler. So
I would take Cam Smith versus John Rahm
Nate,
right now.
Totally off subject, Nate. I saw Kat's post on social.
Grooming.
Go buy you some clippers and just cut your own dog. By the third time, you're gonna have it. You're gonna be down with it, and he's gonna let you do it. It's gonna be so much easier for you to do.
He barely lets me dry his feet off when he comes in wet.
Have you sent the video of me dancing with playing with it around?
No, but I'm gonna say like, hey, look, this guy believes that you shouldn't have designed your scorecard.
and you can also say he also believes you shouldn't have dogs because he says that.
He doesn't believe that you shouldn't have dogs, but
I don't believe that I should have dogs.
I honestly totally understand where you're coming from.
Yeah,
on that.
I don't believe I should have a dog ever.
I do too, but we got 4 of them, so I just wanted to deal with it.
Yeah, I got a little excited last night. Puppies are fun to play with.
I missed the best part. Actually, I got the 360 spin, but then
I did a spin
stood
out.
up, and like you could tell at the end that you had broken character, and I was like, oh, yeah, I got the spin out. Dude, that couch, it makes me mad.
How old is Goose now?
He
6 months.
His birthday is right around our when we got married in October. So he's coming. He's like what, 7 months?
He's like
he's so big,
6-7 months.
Yeah, but now I will say he's real hairy. So like the hair when he gets a haircut, he slims down. Yeah. When I bathe him, it's like, holy cow, dude, are you eating?
Yeah, we need to get that checked. No, he's fun though. We had fun. I basically just tried to get him to. I wanted to get him to do the zoomies.
Yeah,
but it didn't work. He kind of just panicked and then got scared.
Then when Kyle stood up, he tried to like run past him. Like, okay, yeah, I'm done with it.
I'm getting out. What was funny is like we'd go up the stairs, he'd run up the stairs. All right, we're going back down. All right, we're going back down the stairs. It was a game. It was a game. Oh, let me come help, Dad. Let me come help. Yeah.
Now we know what to give Kyle for his birthday, Nate. We'll just buy him a dog.
I accidentally got a hole punch in the wall. It's not big though, right?
It was. It couldn't have been less your fault if you told me not to do it.
I didn't sleep well. I texted you. I was like, I can't stop thinking about that hole in the wall.
Hey, I didn't even know it happened.
Just go ahead and put that on the punch list, bub, when they come back over.
And then Kat was like,
something we missed.
And Kat was like, I nominated you. And I didn't even tell her right then, but I put a hole in the wall. Like I just let her think that she made the right choice. And then I went home.
You did the untold lie, didn't you? You did the untold lie.
She said, who are you going to get to help you move the couch? And I named you and 2 other people. And she said, ask Kyle. I'm not going to say who the other 2 people are. Ben, you are not one of them.
She said, Kyle, you were my pick. And I was like, oh.
There was one guy where she specifically said, don't ask him. She's like, I don't trust him.
That would have been me.
With the couch.
Actually, no, I would have taken care of it.
No, Ben would have been good. Ben's like a pro dad, but this guy, I won't say anything else.
Yeah, don't say it.
Yeah, don't go any further. You're going to end up giving it away.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so I'm sorry.
I want to say it.
I felt really bad. I felt really bad because It's like one of those times where you did something wrong, but you just like let them believe you didn't do anything wrong. So that's what I did.
Dude, but it's like it's like scraping your elbow. Like you fix it. You put a Band-Aid on it.
It is. It's an easy fix. It is an easy fix.
We're just gonna spackle that.
It's not fatal. It's not.
Also,
fatal.
it's a spot at the top of the stairs that we won't ever go up there. In-laws can point it out if they want to. I'll fight them.
Good deal, guys. This was a fun show. It's a fun show.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at anyone. How about that?
I think I should be here Friday.
Just disappointed. I'm gonna put that back on.
I should be here. Take it back off. How low did you get it cut?
It's pretty scant.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
Three
got haircuts.
Yeah.
How about that?
Friday I should be here. We should see with Lori's surgery. We got to go in first thing Friday morning. So I don't know what that leads to on Thursday. We shall see.
We'll be thinking.
Let us know if you need anything there, bud, on Friday.
Unless it's like moving anything. If you need me to like
she can't lift anything.
You help me move Lori.
She can't. Yeah, exactly.
That's a big no-no.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
Kyle,
Kyle,
put a hole in the wall with your wife.
You said move. You said move
elbow.
stuff. You said move stuff. You meant like furniture, right? What about people? Can you come over and move people?
Furniture, anything, any like actual thing that you have to
Kyle
move.
will come to your house and spin around in circles and play with your dog.
You got 4 dogs you can play with. How about that?
Yeah,
I'll get them to do the zoomies. That's my thing. I want to get them to do the zoomies and then I'm out. If I can get them to you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah, where they just start running
Or
around.
the zooms where they just run in circles as fast as they can. They don't really know why they're doing it. They're just like
they're just so pumped up that the only way they can release the emotions, they just start
as bad as it sounds. You get the oldest one in the house, the lab, Memphis. You could get him to do it.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about now.
Walking in Memphis,
got
my feet up on the ground.
All right, let's get out of here. I'll see y'all later.
Love y'all.
All right, bye.